I literally think I need to start a brand new business. Yeah, I said it. I already have several businesses I run, but Turo, the car rental business, is on fire. I actually just rented my first Turo because I'm moving and I needed a rental car. Here's the problem. None of the car rental companies have any rental cars. So I had to use Turo. And by the way, what an incredible decision that was. I met with the guy that was renting me my car. We sat down and I actually recorded a really awesome interview for you right here, right now, so you can learn more about this business to the point where I literally called 2 people and I think I'm starting a Turo company. Look at the number breakdown, why he did it, how you're able to buy right, buy cars right, how you rent it, and how you just put so much money in your pocket. So hopefully you enjoy this video. This interview went so well. In fact, I think I'm about to start a rental car company using Turo. Check it out.
Hey,
what's up, dude?
Justin?
Yeah.
I'm Alex.
Right on, man.
Meet you.
Appreciate it, man. This is the first time I'm doing Turo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this rental car market is terrible, obviously. So here we are, and I'm like, okay, I'd rather a nicer car with my family.
Yeah?
Cool.
Sure. Yeah, I got it for you, man.
Love it. Let's go check it out.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power.
All right, dude. Well, I appreciate it. I got this dope little Escalade key. Let's talk business for a second, because as you know, as we've been talking a little bit here, I'm super interested in this business as an entrepreneur. I flip homes, so a lot of quick cash. I wholesale homes, quicker cash. I buy rentals for the long term. There's a lot of similarities to what I see from Turo, and I don't know much. Literally, I know as much as you've told me over the last 10 minutes.
Sure.
To real estate. Now, the difference, what I see, and most people would say, is cars are depreciating assets. It's not really an asset, it's a liability.
Yep.
And trust me, I get all that, but I think Turo's literally changed the game, right? So how did you even get into this business to start?
Great question, man. So I've had my event rental company for 5 years now, and I had a 2009 Camry that I could not sell. It was the year, 120,000 miles on it, and my buddy actually had a few cars on Turo and was like, dude, if you can't sell it, put it on Turo. And I'm like, okay. And this is probably 2019, a little bit before COVID. And basically I put it on Turo and it started making an easy $500 a month doing literally nothing.
On a 2009 Camry?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
So I'm like, easy $500 a month. I'm like, well, this was too easy. Let me add another car. And I actually added my personal truck, and that was making like $1,000 a month. And I'm just like, okay, now my mortgage is paid for here. Like, this is pretty cool. Well, I kept it at 2 for pretty a long time, and I wanted to buy a Tesla so bad.
Yeah.
I was so hung up on Tesla. And then finally, February of 2020, right before COVID.
Right before.
I buy this Tesla, 2016 Model S, and that was probably my biggest mistake, not because before COVID, because I bought the car totally wrong. And I'll kind of get into how you can buy a car wrong for Turo.
Yeah.
But I bought it in February. It got booked out for the entire spring. I was like, this is amazing. I think I was making $2-3 grand a month off this Tesla. It was gonna look like that, right?
Yeah.
COVID happens, and all these guys that were booking it were all out-of-state guys coming into town for conventions and business meetings. Every single guy cancels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shiz, I got this car payment to make now, and I'm like, and it's not rented out at all. Well, I lucked out. This guy flew into Arizona from LA, this entrepreneur guy, and said, hey, I'm gonna be here for a month because LA is shut down with COVID and you guys have your gyms open still. And this is like beginning of March. He booked my Tesla for a month. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So cash flowing on that now. And then end of the month comes, he says, I'm gonna stay for another month. Books it for another month. And I'm just like, okay, this is sweet. And then I get people that hit me up and say, hey, I need a car rental. Do you have any more cars? And it's about May, June right now. And I'm like, maybe I should buy more cars. So bought a BMW. It was rented out 28 days out of 30 in June. And I was just like, okay. And this was a 2013 little 3 Series.
Yeah.
It was great. And from there, from June, I bought a total of 6 cars in a 6-week period.
June 2020.
Yep.
Middle of COVID.
Yep.
the world is falling apart as we know it. Like everyone's freaking out. No one's doing anything.
Yep.
Arizona's a little more unique. I think we're a little bit more
Yeah.
rogue on that sense. But you went all in on Turos. I mean, to go buy 6 cars when the world is shut down, you're like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah, because a lot of the Turo hosts I noticed took their cars off because they were scared with the whole virus.
Sure.
For me, I was like, I got to make money. My event rental company was completely tanked.
Totally.
You know, we
You're
had
doing events and no one's going outside, let alone having events.
Yeah, we had roughly 250 weddings totally canceled, gone, and we had 28 employees before COVID. Went down to literally 1. I kept 1 office girl, and everyone else was gone.
Yeah.
And so guys that have been with me for years, you know, 3-4 years, gone.
Yeah.
And they're no longer here anymore. They're on to new jobs, which is what it is. But Turo saved my butt. You know,
Wow.
like it kept paying obviously all the utilities and overhead for this company, and you know, actually put money in my pocket on a personal level. And so from there, after I had 6-7 cars, I was a little hesitant to go get more auto loans. And so my lender was like, yeah, you probably should hold off. And so I just started cash flowing and buying cars with cash from there. And now, 18 months later, I'm at 18 cars.
Bro, that's insane. This is the time to be in Turo, right? I mean, I can only imagine. How's your business going over the last, call it, 3 months since these rental companies essentially have sold off their fleets because they thought their businesses were going down, or there's travel again and people can't find cars to rent? Is your business exploded?
Yeah, I mean, for Arizona, I have a lot of convertibles, and which is great. People go up to Sedona, and I choose the more higher end luxury, like that Camry I no longer have.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to go after the higher end. You get better renters that way, like yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, in like June, July, and August is probably the slowest months for Turo. Still very profitable, but nowhere like, I mean, October, November, December are gangbusters.
Crushed.
And then pretty much January's slow. Then like February, March, April, May is just nuts.
If we have to help people understand like the profit margins, numbers, why they would want to do this, because I'm sitting here interviewing you and I'm saying I need to start a Turo company immediately, right? Because I already know the numbers, P&Ls, that like, what do they need to watch out for? So like when you said like starting a business, there's things you want to do right, buying cars you want to buy right, where would you buy them? And then maybe jump into the numbers a little bit about what you can expect if you're, you know, renting at $200 a day. What really goes in your pocket?
Yeah, every car is different, right?
Okay.
What it's going to bring in. I have cars where I've spent $15,000 on, and I can charge $130 a day rate. I have this Escalade I could pay 70 grand for, and I charge 220. You think about the difference there, 15 grand versus 70 grand, and the day rate is only like 80 bucks apart roughly.
Right.
So you're like, those numbers don't really make too much sense. Well, you can go buy a $20,000, you know, new Prius and rent it for 50 bucks a day, and it's like, well, it's a game of figuring out what works for you, what type of cars you want to be involved in. Yeah, on Turo, they call them, all the Turos, they call them runner cars, like Prius, Corolla, just like a quick little, like, or shooter cars. Yeah. Basically, it's just like a $50 a day car, in and out, and it's like, to me, it's not worth my time to do that. It is what it is. And so I like the higher end realm, I guess, way to put it. But to answer your question, to get into Turo, when I mentioned earlier that like that Tesla I bought was like the worst, I guess my worst purchase for Turo. When I bought that Tesla, all I was caring about was getting a Tesla. I was stoked, and finding the cheapest one I could find with the features I wanted. So I got the 90D, and I bought it through Tesla used, and it was out in Carlsbad. I flew out there, drove it home, and it had 75,000 miles on it, which was like the highest mileage one on there. But I got it for like 51 grand, which wasn't terrible, but the fact that I had that many miles kills me. Because I had no idea about Turo going into it, is that these cars get so many miles racked on them so quick. That Tesla had over 35,000 miles put on in 1 year. So now today it has like 120,000 miles on it. It's a 2016, and it's like, I probably can't even sell it if I wanted to. I'd have a hard time. So I've got 2 Cybertrucks on order that I'm going to trade that Tesla in for.
There you go.
And so we'll put that Cybertruck on Turo.
That's awesome. So how do you buy right versus wrong? Like, what mistake would you teach me to avoid if I did going to Turo.
Don't buy from dealerships whatsoever,
Okay.
especially now with this market. It's
Right.
insane.
Right.
Like cars are so overpriced. Like you have to be hunting for deals.
Yeah.
You have to pay way under Kelley Blue Book to make sense. If you want to make money on Turo, it starts when you make that purchase.
On the buy.
On the buy. If you overpay, you're screwing yourself over.
Yeah.
Like you probably won't break even. That Tesla, I mean, I have to hold on to it for a long time to make sure I like at least make money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm making money monthly and I'm paying the, I'm
Loan.
paying down the loan, but it's like at the end of the day, after all I put into it, like those tires are $2,000.
Yeah.
And renters are burning through them. Like, so it adds up.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, so I want to give you a chance to talk about your business. You have an event business here in Arizona, and I know you have this booming Turo business, so I want you to let everyone know, first of all, you got to rent Turo from this guy only. His link is going to be in the comments, but let everyone know what you got cooking.
Yeah, so I have an event rental company. It's called 𝐷𝒓𝒐𝒂𝐄. We do all event rentals. I mean, literally chairs, tables, dance floor, DJs, bars, photo booths. I mean, if you're having a party, an event, we're basically going to supply it. But that being said, we started offering our Turo cars for like getaway cars for like brides and grooms, or just for a fun, fancy night. People go out, and it's so that you can find those links through our 𝐷𝒓𝒂𝐄, either Instagram or even our website. But yeah.
Well, dude, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much. I'm sure I'm going to be renting plenty of cars from you, specifically that Corvette.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the hookup, and let's talk soon.
Cool, sounds good.
How good was that? Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe. But listen, I think I'm doing this. You might want to do this. This can be an incredible side hustle. If you are liking this, share the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.